welcome to Grace, Gratitude, and Generosity, the video ministry of Robbinsdale Parkway United Church of Christ. I'm Reverend T. Michael Rock. It is great to have you here, and if you like these videos, please like and subscribe, and you'll get more of them. It's the cool way this whole internet thing works. I'm here today to kind of remind you, this is just a wonderful thing, that you are loved. You are so loved. You are so very loved, and you are loved by people and by the more than human world, by everything out there is desiring to let you know that you are loved. I had this moment in the last few weeks where I was reading and thinking about the experience of Jesus in the desert. These 40 days of fasting and praying and being called myself over my lifetime to move out into nature with fasting and praying. And what happens at the end of that experience, and this happened for me too, and I wanted to pass this along, is that at the end of that experience, there's really two most important truths that happens for this person that becomes a guide, a teacher, a savior for many. Anointed one, the one who actually opens up a possibility of our own divinity. And what happens after that fasting and praying is this realization that he is beloved Son of God. When the most important thing is the most important thing, where there's just one thing that is the most important thing, we see that we are completely and utterly loved and related to this divine experience, this unification of our bodies and our souls and our minds as one. When the most important thing becomes the most important thing, it liberates and frees us to be whole and beautiful people. You are so loved. You are so related to everything and everyone. You are a beloved child. You are beloved, and you are related. And yes, sometimes it takes fasting and praying and moving out away from the norm to get to that experience and knowing. But sometimes it comes to you in your computer screen in videos like this, and we get to experience that together. And sometimes it's hard to believe. Sometimes we don't feel beloved or related. Sometimes life brings us to a place where we're very much alone. We very much have experiences of separateness. But I want to share with you that does happen. And the desire is always there for you to remember your belovedness, your beauty, your gift in the world. I'm so excited about kind of making the most important thing be the most important thing. It's never been about budgets and money and everything else or power. Now, we often realize this important thing when we're in the midst of our own traumatic story, our own grief story, when we've lost someone who is beloved to us. When someone dies and is ripped away from our bodies, we actually feel this deep sense of loss, and we search for that meaning. In fact, everything else kind of falls away, and we only experience grief. It's hard to taste food. It's hard to feel the breeze. It's hard to appreciate the raindrop. It's hard to live, because the most important thing in those moments of trauma are grief. To hold on to that love, to remember, to experience. And out of that, knowing that there's just one thing to be focused on. People heal through this simple truth, that even in the midst of loss, even in the midst of devastation and heartache, even in the midst of the hardest things we could ever experience in life, we are beloved and related. We are beloved children of God, and we are held in that grief We are held in that story of trauma. We are not blamed for that experience. But somehow, some way, it brings us to the most powerful truth that we could ever know. You are loved. You are so, so very, very loved. When we get to that place of knowing that we are loved, maybe then we can reach out and be loving to others. Wouldn't that be just magical? That because we know so much that we're loved, we can be loving beings. So friends, this is this beautiful, simple truth today. And I am so grateful that we get to be in this place together for a short time. May this truth find you, find your heart, find your soul in all of its wonderful, beautiful places. Thank you for being with us.